Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, it gets incredibly worse. Like, we've got an overtuned boss, BOMMAL, and they've dropped her 10 times. 10 times. Purely based on seeing people do BOMMAL with weird champions and then they're going to throw them into a 10 times. It's disgusting. Let's talk about who they're going to be. I've got a video coming later today about BOMMAL. Why I think it's overtuned, how I think they should fix it, and also some strats that actually work. But let's get into the 10 times. It's literally like BOMMAL 10 times here. So let's start with the most, I guess, or least obvious one. Why have they put Sashi in? What's going on with Sashi? Decrease accuracy A1. Yeah, that's it really. If you were to pull Sashi and use her against BOMMAL, you would turn everything else off and just use her A1 because you want to decrease his accuracy if you can. Sashi, do I think she's a good champ? Leech is actually kind of nice. 2-turn cooldown on that. Increase attack on the team. Feels turn meter on the team if she crits. That's actually quite a nice A3 as well, actually, for like an arena champion as probably your fastest champ, to be honest. She goes, she buffs the rest of your team, she hits someone anyway, and she gives you a turn meter boost. So it's kind of like a mini Arbiter style A3. Good champion, to be fair. And then a passive revives a random ally with a third of their health whenever this champion kills someone. So kind of like a, yeah, almost like a 2-for-1. If you're in the arena, pop someone dead. Sashi, probably underrated, and certainly, I feel like have they changed her model? I think they've changed her model. Because she was definitely always a bit top-heavy, but I feel like she was more top-heavy than this. Am I going insane? Anyway, Sashi, not a bad champ, actually. Probably a bit underrated. Next one up, I'm sure you guessed this one was in the mix. Burengiri, Mr. Solo BOMMAL himself. I'm not certain that he solos BOMMAL at a high level, but he does have a very cool passive. So he gets healed by 50% of max HP whenever an enemy or an ally dies. So in the dread bombs blow up, he heals. So he's genuinely like quality for this fight. But you don't need to do anything else really than just A1 regen and try and stay alive. He is kind of slow. Outside of BOMMAL, he's actually pretty decent as well. So he's got strengthen, he's got shields, he's got an AoE chance to stun. This guy is like an awesome champion anyway, but against BOMMAL, he's really shining right now. So Burengiri, second one up. Third one up, someone that I was playtesting for BOMMAL yesterday, actually, and I found him pretty difficult to use. But he does bring an A2, which gives you decreased accuracy. The trouble with him is, whilst you need the accuracy to apply this, you therefore apply the rest of his debuffs. So you get like a ton of damage out from him, but he's collecting bombs for fun, which is a bit nasty. Interesting passive as well. This guy is like a clan boss expert anyway, but quite hard to tune because of his chance to get this extra turn. I know Deadwood's done some good stuff with him. I've used him in unkillable teams. He's just much harder to play with. But Anax is another epic. All good epics so far, to be fair. The Void epic, I mean, damn. What are they thinking with this one? No one's pulling Void shards for this little fella. This lovely, handsome lady. Exemplar. Who's pulling Void shards for her? Double hit here. Chance to put a skill on cooldown. So I guess she must have freeze somewhere. Yeah, okay, she's got a freeze. Never pull a Void. Sometimes I say to the kids, like, never put your knife in your mouth. Like, I say it like that. Never pull a Void shard for Exemplar. Terrible champion. Definitely needs to be on the buff list. So let's get on to the legendaries then. All of these are good, especially for BOMMAL. So this is, I mean, it's just got a bit disgusting, really. Where am I going? This one. First one up, Vizier. Vizier. Why is he so good for BOMMAL? He brings these kind of debuffs. You want this turned off. Yeah, you don't want... Block buffs is actually okay. Decrease attack is actually okay, but you collect a load of bombs when it hits. So unless you do it and then just turn it off after that and just scale it up, just be careful. He's going to take bombs, and you're going to need to protect him from those bombs. The A3, debuff spread, you don't need. The passive, get Perfect Veil, is actually it's just okay, but He's going to collect more bombs for having a Veil on. But the main thing you want him for is extending decreased accuracy once it's on there, or extending any debuffs you get on there. But he's being used in a lot of the kind of resistance style teams right now. Again, I go through this in my video that's coming later today, why you would use him. But he is genuinely quality for BOMMAL. For certain strats. Next one up. Is up there as one of my least favourite champions in the game. When I play tested him, I was very underwhelmed. To the point where I didn't even really give him a proper playtest. It was unfair on the fella, but that's because he was so bad. He's got some kind of niche uses in like arena defense, but he's also now got a niche use against BOMMAL because of his passive. So places block damage on himself at the start of each round. Yeah. Against BOMMAL, there will only be one round, by the way. So when you go into that fight, you've got one round. Blocks incoming damage and places a block damage buff on himself when he receives a hit that would drop him below 30%. This is what's good. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, though, so you have to cycle background abilities. But basically, whenever those dread bombs are about to blow you up, this procs. It doesn't take any more damage whilst it's up, so any more damage that comes after it, nothing's going to happen. And then you just need him in the regen set to kind of heal him back up. This will work on 50. I don't know if it works on 90, to be honest. I don't have him. And he's got a fill turn meter on his A1 as well, which is kind of cool to get more chances to get that regen going. So Samar is coming in pretty clutch against BOMMAL. Outside of that, I think he's trashed, personally. Okay, let's move on. Two more, both kind of just AoE freezers, really. So Gergo, Void Legendary, great champion, really strong in the arena. AoE freeze, and it also removes 2 buffs before the freeze go out. So if someone's in immunity gear, bye-bye immunity gear, it's gone, freezes that off, and then he gets another turn, and he actually hits pretty hard if you build him for damage, but you could just build him as an absolute unit, and you build him all about those freezes. So obviously AoE freeze against dread bombs reduces the damage you're going to take. Instead of 40% of your health, it's 20% per bomb. It's still a lot of damage, but it's way more manageable. So Gergo going in there is kind of good. And he also doesn't bring any other buffs or debuffs. So actually for BOMMAL in particular, on a 4-turn cooldown, if you can book it, it's pretty good because he's not bringing a load of other stuff that's going to hurt you. He's just going to... But you just build him like... If you're going to use him for BOMMAL, high HP, regen gear, or, you know... There's nothing to do with him doing damage in that. It's literally just you want him for the freeze. And the last champion, kind of exactly the same as that. So, where is she? Shiramani. Shiramani, actually really good for BOMMAL as well. Yeah, no surprises here. 5-turn cooldown on the freeze, though, which is actually a lot. So it's harder to rotate back round to it. But she does have a random hit on her A1 with a chance to freeze. So when the bombs are out there, she could just be A1 in and proccing freezes here and there, if you're lucky. She's got a heal as well on her A2. It's a big heal, actually, one of the best heals in the game, and puts continuous heals out as well. Good, solid champion, like very underrated. This A3 in the arena hits like a truck, by the way, whilst also applying freeze. But if you're up against immunity gear, it won't apply. Block debuffs, obviously, it doesn't apply. So she's not super meta right now. She's cool for Spider, but a 5-turn cooldown on a freeze versus someone like, I don't know, Achak is nowhere near as good. So she's good. She's just been a little bit power crept, honestly, from other champions. But yeah, there you go, guys. What do you think about this? The BOMMAL ×10. As I say, a video from me coming a bit later with BOMMAL being absolutely showcased, trying to help people out. I've been Hell Hades. Good luck if you're pulling shards. I will not be, because I'm not going to buy into all this stuff. But yeah, I will catch you in a video soon.